So sorry about that. That's what I mean by I never have alone time. Had to take a phone call, and now this is going to be two videos smashed together because I don't know how to make videos and I don't know how to edit. I'm not a professional. So this will probably be two videos on my page that'll just run together, and I'm so sorry about that. The husband's calling. Anyway, don't even remember where I was. Probably going on and on about the community and how we kind of need to share information and be a safe place for others that are that can't come out of the broom closet so much. I mean, not all of us can have altars set up and herbs sitting out and candles and this and that. Not a lot of us can do that, and that's okay. It really is okay. Magic is about intentions, and that's where it's at. Intentions. They're everything, So, you don't have to have fancy tools. You don't have to have, a great big cauldron or, a million herbs and candles and crystals and this and that. Which actually, that will lead to another video that I'm going to make, being a thrifty witch. Thrift shops have been my best friend over the years as far as gathering tools and things that I need. I do have tools. What witch doesn't like fancy, shiny things? But I did not start out with tools. I have bought them along the way. Again, I work a full-time job. I have a family to take care of. So I can't spend a crap ton of money on things for my craft. I grow a lot of my own herbs. As a matter of fact, I'm way overdue at harvesting the ones that I grew this year. They probably need harvested about, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and I'm not too sure how potent they're going to be now just because I've let them go for a little bit just due to work. You have to give me a second here. I'm losing my voice, and I'm not too sure why. Okay. Coffee is definitely my best friend. Anyway, so just moving forward, I probably just have a couple minutes left because, again, I'm not reading off of a script. I don't have cards. I really just kind of am winging it as far as this video goes. Next time, it'll be a little bit more structured, I promise. Right now, it's just kind of, this is who I am. This is my path. This is what I do. This is what I'm here for. I do keep both a grimoire and a book of shadows. Actually, and I keep a spell book too. So, a little bit on the difference real quick. To me, a grimoire is just, a collection of generalized information. I put a lot of just general stuff in there. Nothing personal, nothing, that, talks about the results of my spell work or my oils or recipes or whatever. I do keep a book of shadows also. Book of shadows. In my opinion, again, this is just my opinion. My words are not set in stone. My information is not set in stone. My book of shadows, beautiful book. I was really happy with this. I don't know, there's not enough light in here, and I'm sorry. Tree of Life, Book of Shadows. Beautifully recycled paper. I love it. I'm not going to get my grimoire out because it's buried, and I'm just not on that today. So anyway, spell book. This spell book is my best friend. It's light enough for me to carry. It's small enough, and it doesn't scream, hey, look at me, I've got a bunch of witches spells in it. I keep my sigils, my spell work, and my moon rituals in here. Another book that I highly recommend that I just got the other day, and it's not very expensive. I've been turned on to an author called Silver Ravenwolf. I started out with audiobooks of hers. Actually, I started kind of backwards. The first one should have been To Ride a Silver Broomstick, but I started with To Stir the Magic Cauldron. Kind of going backwards a little bit. She's a great author. She's got a great sense of humor. She's been practicing for, decades. She is a high priestess of her coven. Excuse me, my voice is going. Anyway, She has a lot of great information to give. Again, she is Wiccan, but she's got a lot of general witchcraft information. So this book right here, Book of Shadows for the New Generation, Solitary Witch by Ravenwolf, Silver Ravenwolf. Oh crap, oh, my bookmarks are coming out. Oh, this is another sticker I was so happy with that they carry at my my local metaphysical shop. I get one every time I go. My witches cast ballots. I love it. Anyway, she is a great author. This Book of Shadows of hers with all this information, she has got some great blessings, some great rituals. If you are going into Wicca and you are wanting to be a practicing Wiccan, I mean, like for instance here, I'm just going to turn to, you know, she's got blessing. She's got circle casting, communion. She's got, you know, the Sabbats, rituals, quarter calls, rites and passages, prayers. I mean, the Wheel of the Year, all spirit guides and angels, the Green Man, everything that you could possibly want any information on. This book has it all. This is the best $25 I've ever spent in my life. So I'm not here plugging books or plugging authors. Again, I don't expect any of my videos to go viral or, you know, to get 5 million followers or, you know, blah, blah, blah. But again, this is a community for us to share information and to have questions answered. And I will say that this book has answered a lot of my questions and has given me some great information. I do have a few other books that I will probably talk about in another video. Again, today's just kind of a short, this is me, this is what I do, blah, blah, blah. I am also an herbalist. I've probably mentioned that. Herbalism is my deal. I spellcraft with a lot of herbs. Oils, a lot of oils. I spellcraft. I actually just made a really good protection oil that it is setting. It'll sit for 2 weeks so that the herbs can, you know, culminate inside the oil and bring the effect out a little bit more. So I'll probably, you know, introduce that on another video. I think that's about all that I have for this one. Again, I'm really sorry if these videos are choppy. I'll practice. I do have a little tripod here that I bought. Nothing fancy. I think what happened with the first video that was 25 minutes, I tried to use the mic on my tripod so that I could, you know, be heard a little bit better because I am losing my voice. And again, I'm not technologically savvy, so I don't know what happened. Something happened that it didn't work. So, and it was a really good video too. I was actually really proud of it. So that was 25 minutes. That would have been a great video. Anyway, so again, I will be here to answer any of your questions. You know, I can't be on Instagram all the time, but I'm trying to make it to where I'm posting something, whether it be a video or some information, at least once a week. You know, I mean, it's important to me to, you know, try to gather as much information and give as much information as I have, again, because there are witches out there that don't know where to start, don't know where to begin, and, you know, feel like they can't practice until they've read this book and read that book and have done this and done that. No. Because I will tell you, you will get caught up in a cycle that I got caught up in for, oh my God, like a year. Like trying to get all this information and read and, you know, make notes and put this in that book and that in that book. And it came to a point where I wasn't practicing. How can you know what you're doing if you don't practice? It's called a practice for a reason. And it's not called a read and research. You know what I mean? It's great to read and research because I'll tell you, I do follow a deity. Actually, it's changed a couple times. Again, that's a whole nother video and I'll go into that again. But for me to have found this deity and to find out what she means and why she has chosen me and why she has come to me on the astral and why she has come to me in meditation, I had to read up on the pantheon. I follow a Celtic traditional pantheon. A lot of my family tradition, dating like centuries back, goes back to the Celts in Wales. My name actually comes from Welsh nobility, but before then, um, it was tribal. So, if anybody knows anything about the Celts or Celtic history, there were many, many, many tribes. So that's where I say to read, 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 read. And again, I'm not saying don't read. I'm really not. But some of us get stuck in that rut where all we're doing is reading and researching, and we're not putting any of that stuff that we're learning into practice, and you become stagnant. You know what I mean? So I kind of had to pull myself out of that because I felt like my craft was getting stagnant. My herbs were collecting dust. Any of my tools were collecting dust. My candles were collecting dust. It's a really tricky path to get stuck on. I understand that, and it will happen, but just know, and this is something I've learned from other witches that have been practicing for much longer than I have. Again, yes, I've been practicing since a little girl, so to speak, but I haven't really dove in to actual witchcraft until over the past couple years. As I was practicing as a young girl, I didn't know it was witchcraft. It was just normal to me. It was normal to get out in the creek. It was normal for me to collect rocks. It was normal for me to collect trees and leaves and berries and this and that. It was all normal to me. So I didn't see it as witchcraft back then. Now looking back, me and my sister were little witches running around the woods, and I think that's fucking awesome. So going forward, that would be my advice coming out of this video. Don't get yourself caught up in the research grind. Just don't. I'm not saying don't research. You need to. You really need to know what you're working with, who you're working with, why you're working with them. But don't get caught in that circle, because you'll never pick up your herbs. You'll never pick up this. You'll never pick up that if you're just stuck reading. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to dive in. A lot of witches out there are going to tell you, don't start practicing spell work until you've researched enough. Not me. That's not my advice. That's not how it's worked the best for me. It's worked best for me to be hands-on. I've researched prior, but I go ahead and put my hands on now. There's nothing that I have not done lately that it kind of is just a hit and miss, If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Have fun. This does not have to be some serious, oh my God, if I put this ingredient instead of that ingredient, my aura or my energy is just going to explode and go here, go there. No, don't be so serious. Like these videos, oh my God, I'm looking at myself in the camera right now. I can barely take myself seriously. So that being said, have fun. I mean, it is a fun path to follow. I have fun. I know my daughter does. I know my sister does. We trade back and forth memes that are hilarious, and the craft can be fun. It really can. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that. Intentions are everything. Don't take yourself too seriously. Practice, practice, practice. And again, sorry for the split video. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll figure it out. Again, I'm going to stumble before I figure it out. But that being said, one more drink of coffee for Conjuring over coffee. I'm going to try to keep putting these videos out once a week. Thank you for stumbling through this video with me. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.